What if I told you that everything you've been taught about saving money was a lie? That the very act of putting cash in a savings account is making you poorer every single day. You think you're being responsible, putting money aside, delaying gratification, building a nest egg, but while you're doing that, an invisible force called inflation is silently eating away at your future. And this isn't a conspiracy theory anymore. You're seeing it happen in real time. It's a system designed only for those in the know. And today, the rules for building wealth have changed. I built a profitable business, serving others, creating wealth while spending time with my family. I've helped over 2,000 entrepreneurs, business owners, and clients build wealth and achieve financial freedom. And newsflash, we didn't do it by saving money. We did it by understanding the rules of a game most people don't even know that they're playing. And I'm here to give you the playbook. In this video, I'm going to prove 3 things. Why traditional saving is a guaranteed path to losing financial ground. How to transform your mindset from a saver to an investor so wealth creation becomes effortless. And the exact steps to make your money work for you, not against you, so you can build a future that inflation can't touch. If you're new to the channel, my name is Colin and I read Rich Dad Poor Dad when I was just 13, and I became obsessed with all things credit and finance. I even followed in Robert Kiyosaki's footsteps, enlisting in the Marine Corps when I turned 18. And there, I witnessed firsthand what Rich Dad warned about, that they do not teach financial education in school because the Marines to my left and right were defaulting on cars and credit cards. So I got certified in credit repair to help them, and fast forward to today, I run an 8-figure credit repair and funding business, and I make these videos to help you guys out. Now, let's dismantle the biggest financial myth holding you back. Let me show you why the foundation of your financial plan, your savings, is actually a trap. So you've been told a simple story: work hard, spend less than you earn, and save the rest. And it sounds noble, it feels safe, but it's a trap. The system punishes savers. While your money sits in a bank, earning 0.5%, the cost of food, housing, gas, education all rise by 3, 5, even 8% per year. This is why Rich Dad said savers are losers. Your money is actively losing purchasing power. Let's do the math. $10,000 in a savings account at 1% gives you $100 in interest after a year. You made $100, but if inflation was 4%, that same basket of goods now costs $10,400. So you didn't get 100, you lost 300 in real value. Multiply that over decades, and it's death by 1,000 cuts. If you grew up thinking saving was the right thing, this shift might feel hard to make, but here's the truth. Cash is not a long-term asset. Cash is a tool. It's not a store of value. Its only purpose is for emergencies or to be deployed into assets that beat inflation. So instead of saving money, your goal should be to acquire assets. The wealthy don't hoard cash. They convert it into things that make even more cash. That's how you move from financial stagnation to financial freedom. Listen, guys, if you've been struggling with bad credit or lack of business funding for years and you just want my company to get your credit fixed or get your funding, go ahead, click the link in the pinned comment and the description below for credit repair and business funding. The problem is acquiring assets costs money. And what if you don't have cash to invest? This is where the second pillar of modern wealth comes in, a tool that most people fear, but the wealthy have mastered, and it's called debt. You see, inflation is the enemy of the saver, but it's the best friend of the smart debtor. That might sound backwards, so let me explain. When you save, inflation erodes your money. When you borrow at a fixed rate to buy an asset, inflation helps you. You pay back that loan with cheaper debt later. You're playing the game in reverse and you're winning. There's good debt and there's bad debt. Bad debt is borrowing for things that lose value or earn nothing, like vacations or fancy cars. Good debt is borrowing to acquire assets that produce income or appreciate. That's the debt that sets you free. For example, take a look at an FHA loan. You can buy a 4-unit property for as little as 3.5% down. Let's say the property costs $500,000. You put down $17,500. You live in 1 unit and you rent the other 3, and that covers your entire mortgage and then some. You're living for free, the property's appreciating, and the loan's money is being paid down. You've used the bank's money OPM, other people's money, to build wealth. And this principle works beyond real estate. Entrepreneurs can use 0% interest business funding in the same way. Many business cards offer 12, even 18 months at 0% interest. That's capital that's interest-free for a limited time. You could use it to launch an e-commerce store, cover marketing and software for a service business, or even fund a fix and flip. You build income with the bank's capital, not your savings. This is how you escape the rat race. You stop trading time for money and start using capital to make money. But of course, none of this works if you can't get approved. Banks don't just hand out money. You need to be fundable, and that starts with your credit profile, your financial resume. Your credit determines whether you're a spectator or a player in the wealth game. Neglect it, and every opportunity vanishes. Master it, and you unlock the world of capital. Building a fundable profile comes down to 5 key areas. Number 1, payment history. 35% of your credit score. One late payment can scar your record. Set up auto pay for everything and you'll never have to worry about this. Number 2, utilization. That's 30% of your score. Keep your balances below 30% or even under 9% for top tier scores. High utilization screams desperate for cash. Number 3, length of credit history. Older accounts are better, so don't close any old cards. Time builds trust. Number 4, inquiries and new credits. You got to be strategic. Too many applications too quickly raises red flags. That's why we use credit stacking, applying in the right order to maximize your approvals. And number 5, credit mix. Lenders want to see you can handle both revolving credit like cards and installment loans like auto or mortgages. So now that you know what matters, here's your 5-step action plan to fix things fast. First, you're going to want to pull your credit reports from all 3 bureaus using an official government site or a service. I like to use IdentityIQ. It's just $1. Link in the pinned comment and the description. This is your map. Second, you got to hunt for those errors. Even one mistake can drag down your score. If an item's inaccurate, the Fair Credit Reporting Act says the bureaus must remove it. I once found a $10 medical debt that wasn't even mine, and removing it raised my score by over 40 points. Third, optimize your utilization. If your cards are maxed, create a plan to pay them down. Start small for momentum or tackle the highest interest rate first. Fourth, you got to build those bank relationships, baby. Open accounts at 3 to 5 major banks. Show consistent deposits. Talk to your bankers. They fund people, not applications. And fifth, separate your personal from your business. You got to form an LLC, get your EIN, and open that business account. That is your gateway to business credits and 10 to 20 times more capital than you would get on the personal side. Listen, you have a choice. You can keep saving and watching your future shrink, or you can take control, leverage the system, and start building wealth today. So if you're ready to stop losing and start winning, watch this next video where I'm going to break down the credit stacking strategy that can get you approved for $50,000 or more in a single day. As always, guys, links for credit repair and business funding are in the pinned comment and the description. It's Credit with Colin. I'll see you guys on the next one.